Bonjour tout le monde, je suis Stéphane Cardinal, je suis la directrice du Centre d'engagement mondial et communautaire à l'Université d'Ottawa. Merci d'être venu aujourd'hui à cette première pour le Centre. En fait, c'est la première fois qu'on fait une session de formation sur le bénévolat avec la collaboration de Bénévoles Ottawa et aussi avec la collaboration de partenaires communautaires qui viennent sur le campus aujourd'hui pour vous parler de leurs organismes et des opportunités de bénévolat. Donc, la façon dont ça va fonctionner aujourd'hui, on va avoir so the session is bilingual, so the slides will be in French or in English, and then you can ask questions in the question and answer period in both French or English. We'll translate the response so you understand it in either languages. And really the idea behind this opportunity today is give you a chance to understand what is volunteering and the benefits you can get out of it. And we have a speed dating session. So when you hear the bell, once we have done all the presentation from Volunteer Ottawa and the center by Laura, you have an opportunity to meet the different partners. So we gave 10 minutes each partner to be able to talk about their opportunities and the volunteering. And then you'll be able to, you can stay on if you prefer to stay on with that particular partner, or you can move when the bell rings, okay? So it's really giving you a chance to meet the different partners that have opportunities for volunteering that you might be interested in. So we want to give you a chance to talk to all of them. Il va y avoir une petite session entre le speed dating et la présentation de Laura et Damien pour que les partenaires viennent vous parler de leur mandat. Donc, vont expliquer qui ils sont, quel genre d'opportunités ils ont et dans quelle langue. Donc, ça va vous permettre de choisir which one you want to go to. So, the presentation from the partner organization, they'll come just after Laura. They'll have 2 minutes to talk about the volunteer opportunity they have, the mandate of their organization, and they'll let you know in what language those opportunities might be. They can be bilingual, French, English, I guess, or both. So this is our first time doing an event like that, so we really appreciate giving us an evaluation. So I think you got on your seat an evaluation form to fill, so you can tell us what you liked about it. And as you may have noticed, we're taping this, so on fait le film, pour être capable de donner l'opportunité à d'autres étudiants qui n'ont pas pu se lever ce matin parce qu'ils ont des examens, parce qu'ils ont des term papers. Ça va donner l'opportunité de mettre ça sur notre site Internet, puis les gens peuvent avoir la capacité de le voir à leur plaisir, ou vous pouvez le revoir et à votre plaisir aussi. Donc, c'est tout. Je vais laisser la place à Damien de de Bénévolat Ottawa. So Damien from Volunteer Ottawa is going to give you a small presentation on volunteering and the benefits of it. So thank you.
Okay, good morning. As was said, my name is Damien Martin. I'm from Volunteer Ottawa. What I do there is I'm the coordinator of the youth program, and I also coordinate our education services as well. The purpose of the youth program, which was funded over the last couple of years by the Trillium Foundation, is to let youth like yourselves know about the value and benefits of volunteering, to try to get you more involved in volunteering, but also on the other side of that, let our partner organizations know about the value of engaging youth as volunteers. So we're coming at it from both angles. So what I want to do today is I want to talk a little bit about what those values and benefits are. I want to get some of your ideas as well, so I will be asking you some questions. Feel free to either shout out your answers or raise your hand. We don't want it to be too formal, but we'll keep some structure to it as well. So, just to let you know. So, Volunteer Ottawa, I'm just going to give you a little brief snippet of who we are. Basically, we link volunteers to organizations who need volunteers. Center of Global and Community Engagement will talk a little bit more about themselves a little bit later. Basically, they promote community engagement and social responsibility on campus by providing volunteer opportunities to the U of O community. A few more details about Volunteer Ottawa. We've been at this for a while. We're incorporated in 1955, so we've been at it for over 55 years. We are, or try to be often, a bilingual agency. We're a member of the United Way, And we provide support to pretty close to 300 different organizations. So those are nonprofits, charities, seniors' homes, festivals, all those types of places that need volunteers. What we are not, though, is we're not a placement agency. We don't take in volunteers, assess their needs, and then place them somewhere. We were at one time, that was our model. We found we just couldn't do the volume of work we needed to do with that model. So a lot of our work is through our website. You can assess what's on there, what's matches your skills and interests, and then you apply directly to organizations through us. A few things you want to learn about today. Some of the benefits of volunteering. Discover Volunteer Ottawa a little bit, and the Centre for Global and Community Engagement. And we're going to meet some partner organizations. We said 4 or 5, but we've been graced to have, I think we're up to 9 partners here with us today. So you'll have a great chance to meet some of our partners and learn about what their volunteer needs are and how that might fit with what you're looking for. Quick question for you, just so we're all on the same page where we start. What do we mean by volunteering? Somebody give me an operational definition of what you mean when you think of volunteering. Got a good definition. Yep.
Giving back to the community without tangible gain.
Good. Great. Anybody have anything they want to add to that? No? That's a great definition. And we usually put that in there as well. Offering your time, your energy, your skills of your own free will. Okay, that helps in the definition. It doesn't mean you can't get something out of it, and we will see you get a ton out of it. But you can't be the only one benefiting, and it wouldn't really be volunteering. Can't be forced, can't be paid. When I'm talking to high schools, this brings up questions about, wait a minute, it's sort of forced. If I need 40 hours to graduate, that's not really a choice, and I would agree. It's great community service work that goes on throughout high school, but I'd hesitate to label it volunteering if they're holding your graduation hostage. So, a couple of things. There was a mayor 6 years back who said that if the volunteers in Ottawa were to go on strike, the city would shut down. Sounds like a bit of an exaggeration, but he's not that far off. I want to think about what are some of the things that go on in Ottawa that require volunteers, that really sort of contribute to the quality of life in this city. Let's get some examples going. What are some things? Volunteer run in this city, yeah. Exactly, okay. A lot of the museums and culture in the city is run by volunteers, I agree. Anything else? Yep. Food banks, exactly. Huge number of volunteers go through there. Anything else? It's a really long list, you've only got 2? Yeah. Hospitals do use a lot of volunteers, okay? Things like CHIO, for example. It's pretty stressful for a kid to be in the hospital, so they have volunteers doing things even as simple as sitting with them before surgery, doing some crafts, getting them a little calmed down, ready for what they're heading into. Anything else? Okay, well, we'll have a look. It's a long list. Okay, so friendly visitors in seniors' homes. Tutors in education, okay? So Ottawa Network for Volunteers in Education is here. They'll tell you they go through thousands of volunteers every year in education. Fundraising, coaching, a lot of soccer coaches and things. Listening, like the Distress Center, okay? 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, there's somebody on the end of that line. It's incredible when you think about that. Through all the holidays, every day, all day long. Caring roles, whether that's in a hospice or anything related to that. Entertainment, a lot of theaters are run with volunteers. All of our festivals, you think about that. Dogs. We are in the capital. Okay, so advocacy and political volunteers. All those people that are going out door to door during an election campaign. All those people that are trying to change policies and government laws are all doing that on their own time. Okay, event organization, planning and running those events as well. Again, that relates to the festivals and things like that. A lot of professional activities. Okay, especially if we think about schools like U of O with law. There's a lot of pro bono law work that's done. Accountants, things give their time along those. Mentors and guides like Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Healthcare we mentioned. Drivers like Meals on Wheels, those sorts of things, or even something as simple as a senior who can't get themselves to a health care appointment. This sounds simple, but somebody's got to get them there. So drivers and all sorts of things like that. Cleaning and maintenance. Okay, somebody from the city the other day told me that last year there were over 70,000 people who volunteered during their spring and fall campaigns for Clean the Capital. That would also apply to places like conservation areas who need maintenance and on trails and those sorts of things. Childcare, use a lot of volunteers. Awareness raising, okay, a lot of issues people just don't know about, and they need people to let people know about that. So just a quick little video that sort of reinforces that. This one's from Volunteer Canada. Just a quick little video there. Some interesting numbers in there. 2.1 million hours of volunteer time, or 2.1 billion hours of volunteer time per year given in Canada. Staggers the mind. Why would you volunteer then? Okay, now that we know what volunteers do, what are some good reasons to volunteer? I'll just get a few and then I'll show you. It is actually a very long list again. Okay, what are the reasons that you would give your time, of your own free will, to volunteer? There's some. Yep.
Self-awareness, you learn a lot about yourself when you volunteer.
Fantastic, good. Yep. Experience, good. Take a couple more. Yeah.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward, actually. Excellent, yep.
And you gain access to organizations, and you see how organizations work in such a problem. So you really get into part of the mission.
Beautiful, exactly. Okay, so we touched on a lot. There are those social, societal good reasons that we're talking about. You're giving back, okay? Every one of us, I don't think you could ever go through life not having contacted a volunteer at some point. So you're giving back. You're creating change, okay? You see something you don't like, so don't pout about it. Go out and change it through volunteering. Helping others is an altruistic self-giving. Taking action or responding to an acute need. A lot of people volunteer when they see, say, a natural disaster, things like that. There are social and emotional reasons that we touched on. Okay, it's fun sometimes. Okay, we have a posting up on Volunteer Ottawa right now. They're looking for zombies. Okay, that's their job title, zombie. Okay. That's out at the Defen Bunker. They're looking for people. They're doing a Halloween event out there, and you can volunteer as a zombie. You also have people that go into seniors' homes and play Wii with seniors, okay? Meeting new people, making new friends, opening your mind, expanding your horizons, so that whole idea of learning more about yourself, and it feels good. There's a lot of pro-employment reasons to volunteer. Exploring your interests, your strengths, your weaknesses, building your resume, developing those skills, deepening your academic understanding. Okay, there's one thing to learn from books and from lectures, but to go out there, as was said over here, and really look at the heart of the issue through volunteering is an amazing experience. Getting references, expanding your network, sometimes it's mandatory. Okay, again, I would not necessarily call that volunteering, but there it is. Sometimes it's there. I don't want to ignore this. This is a big issue right now, especially when we see the level of unemployment after graduation these days. There are a lot of ways that volunteering can help you lead into a paid career. And having a career goal in mind can really change the way you approach your volunteering as well. There's no reason to feel guilty about that. Okay, you're still doing a lot of good, but to have your volunteering experience sort of multitask that way is a great way to approach it. So maybe you just want to develop your skills and interests, then you might want to pick an organization that does something that you're interested in, or a role that requires skills that you want to develop or skills that you already have. Maybe it's something related to your program. And this is a really critical point. Finding out what you don't like early on is really important, just as important about finding out what you don't like. You'd hate to come out here with, you know, $60,000 of debt and then realize, man, I hate what I'm doing. Let's start over. So volunteering can be sort of a low-risk way to really explore that. Experiences and references, okay? Can't get a job without experience, can't get experience without a job, sort of in a bind. Volunteering can really be a good way to do this. And a lot of times you're going to be given more responsibility in a volunteer role than you might have in an entry-level paid job, okay? Because they need that. They need your skills. They need the knowledge that you're coming in there with. They can't pay somebody to do that. So you may end up finding yourself in a really high responsibility role. On your resume, unpaid work is just as relevant as paid work. There's no reason I would even write it as volunteer work on my resume. Just say this is my work experience. Whether it's paid or not is irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. Quality of experience really is up to you. Ask for work if you're in a volunteer experience that you're finding this isn't what I had in mind. Ask. The worst they're going to say is no. Okay, I want to try this out. I want to do that. I want to learn about this. I want to try this new direction. Chances are they'll say yes, but the worst they'll say is no. If it's really a problem, then you can go through a process of finding something new. References, really important, especially if you have a bit of a checkered employment history, maybe a few jobs you left involuntarily. So getting those references, somebody to vouch for job skills is a great way to do it. And as I said, it should be given as much weight on your resume as paid work. We talked a little bit about networks. Okay, this old statement of who you know is better than what you know. I think you need both, but it certainly helps to have a network of people that know what you're all about, what you're capable of, what skills you have, that you are reliable, that you are somebody who is passionate, and they then can tell other people about you. It's not the same thing as people getting you in. I hate that, okay? That's a whole different thing of people pulling strings to get you in when you're not qualified for the job. Expanding your network is different than that. It's sort of increasing the number of people who know that you're awesome. So there may not be a paid position in that organization, but then again, there might be, okay? A lot of people there's a few people at Volunteer Ottawa who are now in a paid position that started in a volunteer role. And we see that in all sorts of other organizations. The City of Ottawa does that a lot. A lot of the people who volunteer through their recreation programs end up getting hired on in paid positions. Pick an organization that is with volunteers from a wide cross-section of society. So if you're volunteering in an organization and it's just people your age, then your network is a bit shallow. It's nice and wide, but it might not be as deep as you'd like it to be. So if you're in an organization where you've got sort of seasoned professionals and people just coming in, you've got people from a really diverse background, that is going to make for a very broad and deep network that is going to help you on your way. So that's what I would recommend in that way. How to volunteer? Okay, it should be simple, but I would suggest that you start with what you want. Okay, it's great to go out and help organizations and do one-day volunteer activities and things like that, but if you really are trying to work this in and make your volunteer experience sort of do double duty, have some goals in mind. Is there a certain type of organization you want? You know, I want to work with an organization that works with New Canadians, or I want to work with an environmental organization. Really think about what it is that you want. Maybe it doesn't matter the type of organization, but it matters the type of work. Okay, I'm in marketing, so it doesn't matter where I'm going. I want to do marketing type work for an organization. Okay, do you have a certain goal in mind? Is it a skill you want to develop? Is it a network you want to widen or deepen? And then your next step is to research organizations that will get you towards that goal. There's a little handout that you can get back at the table here about things to keep in mind before you volunteer. And there's a lot of great tips on there. I won't go into too much detail, but the website, the youth website from Volunteer Ottawa, it's pretty clearly laid out. Okay, if you want to just jump right in and start volunteering, then you'd be on sort of that ready, set, go setup we have. Go would allow you to search. And there's a lot of different ways to search on our website. We have a search engine, so you can click on interests, area of the city when you're available, those sorts of things. But we also list all of our partner organizations, so maybe you just want to do some research on different organizations, that's there. It's also set up geographically where we have a map where all the different organizations are in relation to different schools and other landmarks. We also have one where all the different opportunities are mapped out as well. We also have what's called a volunteer pool, so you can put your name in there, your skills and interests, and then organizations can use that. Say, I'm looking for a volunteer with this set of skills. They can sort of mine the pool and find somebody and contact you. So it's worth checking out. We don't have time much to look into it today, but it is certainly worth having a look there. Just some last points, some other considerations. Just because it's unpaid does not mean it's unimportant. It is super important what you're doing out there as a volunteer. People rely on those services that that organization provides. And the organization, as a result, has a right to expect certain things of you as a volunteer. The flip side of that is that you have a lot that you can expect of the organization as well. Okay, anything you would expect in a paid position, okay, freedom from discrimination, freedom from harassment, all of those things you have a right to expect from your organization. Really important things like a clear job description, you have a right to expect that as well. Knowing who it is that you report to, if that's the case. So all of those things that you have a real right to expect from the organization you volunteer for. And then back to the employment idea, searching for a volunteer role can really use a lot of the same skills that you would need if you were looking for paid work. It's good resume and interviewing experience. Okay, some of the high responsibility volunteer roles will require an interview, and you would take that just as seriously. Come dressed as you would for a job interview. Do your homework up front, do your research, come prepared. The benefit is you can make some mistakes, okay, without any sort of huge financial loss. You would hate to get into a job, be a couple of years into a career, and then realize you're in the wrong spot, okay, or again, in the wrong program or anything like that. So it's worth trying out. One thing I will encourage you to do, as I said, to try it out, we'd like to really celebrate youth volunteerism over the next 4 weeks or so. So we have a program called Get Off Your Apathy. And if you go on our website, we'd like to invite you to tell us stories about your volunteer work, to share pictures and videos through our Facebook page. It would be great. We even have a form there if you want to record some of your hours that you did some volunteer work, because we just want to sort of capture. We know a lot's going on out there. We know volunteers, or we know youth volunteer a lot. A lot of the surveys and studies show that youth volunteer more than any other group. But we want to sort of celebrate that and shine a spotlight on that. So I invite you to share your stories, your videos, your photos through our website and through our social media. Okay. Good. I guess we'll do question and answer a little bit later. Okay, so thank you for your attention. Thanks a lot.
Bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Laura, je suis la coordinatrice de l'engagement communautaire au Centre d'engagement mondial et communautaire. Pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas le centre, on est situé au pavillon Tabaret et c'est bureau 304, donc venez nous voir si vous avez des questions. Donc pour ces présentations, je vais parler en anglais, mais le texte sera en français, mais à la fin de ces présentations, n'hésitez pas à poser vos questions dans la langue de votre choix. So the mandate of the Center for Global and Community Engagement is to promote social responsibility and community engagement on the University of Ottawa campus. We put university volunteers in contact with community partners to promote positive social change both in communities overseas and as well in Canada, in Ottawa too. So we have several services, different menu options from our center. That includes scholarships and community funds, extracurricular volunteering opportunities, the Alternative Student Break Program, international initiatives and volunteering, the Community Service Learning Program, and then as well preparation and educational events. And that includes panel discussions, pre-departure training, and events such as this one. So for the Community Service Learning Program, you can get involved as part of your course through our Community Service Learning Program. And through CSL, students can get involved in the community via projects that are related to their field of study. This includes 30 hours of volunteering during a university session, and it also integrates self-reflection into the course. So community service learning has grown quite a bit since its beginning in 2004. We're now up to about 2,500 students, 300 partners, and about 40 courses. So this is in 2011, 2012. And in terms of the distribution of the courses that offer CSL as a component by faculty in 2011, 2012, you can see that arts, we have possibilities in arts, social sciences, health sciences, a Telford School of Management, graduate and postdoc studies, as well as education and common law. We also have extracurricular volunteering opportunities which are available to all of the Community University of Ottawa. So in order to do this, you can enter into UO Zone using your password and student number. You can go into the application sections and under tools, you'll find the Community Engagement Navigator in UO Zone. So you can then browse all of we have about 800 different community or extracurricular volunteering opportunities currently available. So you can apply directly online and then contact your supervisor to begin volunteering. So just to help you out, a tool which is developed by Volunteer Canada, there's a what kind of volunteer are you quiz. And then also on our website, we have the volunteering where to start manual. So I invite you to check those two tools out on our website. In both cases, you can obtain what's called a co-curricular record, and it's an official document that records approved and verified volunteer activities undertaken by students. And it's useful for when you apply for jobs or apply for scholarships or apply for grad studies. And you can request a CCR using your online account after you've accumulated at least 20 hours of volunteering. Just a little bit about the Alternative Student Break Program. It's an opportunity for you to get involved in community engagement projects both internationally and locally. So we're currently recruiting right now for team leaders to lead projects, international projects, in Ecuador, Ghana, and Nicaragua, as well as local projects here in the Ottawa area. And then we'll also be recruiting for participants for the international projects before the 23rd of November. For the team leader positions, those positions we're accepting applications until October 19th. And it's an opportunity for you to gain experience in management, communication, leadership, and team building. And we'll have an information session on October 30th in Tabaret Hall, room 303 from 12 to 1. We also have another opportunity in Beijing in China. It's the intensive English language camp at Tsinghua University in Beijing. The objective of the camp is to increase the Chinese students' awareness and interest in the English language. So we're recruiting teacher volunteers as well as student volunteers. And the camp will take place between July 1st to July 19th, 2013. And the transportation, accommodation, and meals in China will be covered by Tsinghua University. And the the deadline to apply is January 18th, 2013. So you still have a little bit of time. And then we also have, as I mentioned before, preparation and education training and events. So, for example, the Volunteering 101 event that we're putting on today. We also offer pre-departure training in April 2013, and then we also have a post-service debriefing for our international volunteers in September 2013. We're also planning a panel discussion on the ethics of short-term volunteering in February during International Development Week, so we'll keep you informed about that. And then we're also working on online modules for volunteering, and that's in development right now. So just some information or just some advice that was given to us by community partners for people who are interested in volunteering, especially for those who are in UO Zone and you're looking at different volunteering opportunities that are posted through the center. If you are interested in volunteering, be sure that you'll be able to commit to the volunteering before choosing a placement. Also to accept advice and direction from supervisors. To undertake your tasks efficiently and honestly, to express your feelings of satisfaction or discontentment about your volunteer work, to thoroughly understand the organization's policies and structures, to make a sincere commitment, to choose an organization that matches your expectations and whose objectives we respect, to treat coworkers and clients with respect and courtesy, and to understand clearly what is expected of us. Obviously to arrive at work on time and to be well prepared, and finally to inform the supervisor promptly if you cannot come to work. So these are just some suggestions that were given to us by some community partners. So I'll leave it at that. If you're interested in more information from the center, you can come and visit us again in room 304 in Tabaret Hall. So I'll leave it to you for if you have any questions, vous pouvez poser votre question dans la langue de votre choix. And there are microphones on both sides. For those who are interested in asking a question, you can go up to the microphone. Any questions at all? S'il n'y a pas de questions, on va demander aux partenaires communautaires de se présenter. I'm going to let Damien perhaps just mention which partners are here. Thank you.
Okay. In a minute, we're going to invite our partner organizations one at a time, and we'll start here and work our way up to here, and then start here and work our way back to come and present a little bit about their organization, what their needs are, their mandates. But I'll do a quick point out as to who's here. We have Anglican Social Services Center 454, it's right over here. Beside her, Capital Velo Fest. Okay. Sustainable Development is on the end here. No, yeah, okay. Ottawa Festivals. It's Ottawa Festivals. There we go. Thanks. Didn't see you there. Big Brothers Big Sisters is on this side. Otesha Project over here. Partners for Mental Health. Okay. Ottawa Volunteers in Education. And City of Ottawa Heritage, no, they're not here. Museo Park, sorry, is on the end here. Okay, so what I'll do is we'll start over here. If you could just come on up and do a brief discussion about who you are, what you're looking for. I'll invite you on up. Thanks.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed of the very nice presentation that this morning we had here. It was very knowledgeable about the volunteering. I'm from Ottawa Festivals. Ottawa Festivals is a non-for-profit organization which supports more than 75 festivals. If you guys like to volunteering with the festivals, which always is so exciting, and you just need to go to our website and apply for volunteering. Today I brought our brochures with the festivals that we are supporting them. As you see, it's a big long list, and you can get all of the information about these festivals in our website again. What are they about, what events and what schedules they do have. And also I brought some cards which early this year, in 2012, Ottawa Festivals had this volunteer lounge that they programmed it and put it online. And in that website, you can see all of the positions. It is different than the Ottawa Festivals website. It is just for volunteering, applying for the positions in the different festivals. I don't know if... Sorry? Any language. We have different festivals in different languages, South Asian, Turkish, Greek. There is lots of different languages, and it doesn't necessary that you have to be English or French. Of course, if you be, it's an advantage, but the other languages are more than welcome too. Thank you.
Hi, so my name is Uyen. I'm from Partners for Mental Health. Partners for Mental Health is a national organization that promotes mental health, and where our mandate is really to socialize mental health movement. So when we talk about socializing a movement, what we want is really to transform the way people talk about mental health, treat mental health, and support mental health. So since we are a national organization, we run both in English and in French. So we have different campaigns and initiatives throughout the years, and we're always looking for volunteers to promote our campaigns, but really to raise awareness about mental health and really to promote mental health and mental well-being. So we really want people to realize that when we talk about health, it's not just physical health, but also mental health. And that's why we are really looking forward to have volunteers like you, especially that in the next month, the next weeks, we have an upcoming campaign that is focused on youth and mental health for youth. So if you're interested in learning more and spreading the word about mental health awareness, it would be a great way to volunteer with us. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Eric Lapierre. I'm with Big Brothers Big Sisters Ottawa. We are a national organization that works with, we match adult volunteers with children in a one-on-one mentoring-based relationship, also group mentoring relationships. We are recruiting volunteers for our in-school programs. Volunteer opportunity as little as 1 hour a week. Spend time with a child in a non-academic way, mentor, be a friend to them. We have French and English opportunities, so we are recruiting both for both languages. Donc, nous sommes à la recherche de bénévoles francophones aussi. You're able to volunteer available to your schedule. So if you have any questions, feel free to come by and talk to me, and I'd be more than happy to give you some more information.
Hello, I'm Leanne Scott. I'm with the Ottawa Volunteers in Education Program.
Bonjour, je suis Marie-Hélène Taillon, responsable du programme bénévole dans l'éducation d'Ottawa.
We're a volunteer placement agency. We recruit volunteers from the community and we match them up to students that need support in schools. and not just students, for if you want to do something in the classroom, for instance, or start a club at the school. Right now we've got about 1,600 volunteers volunteering in 235 schools. Is anyone here from the Faculty of Education? No? Oh, yes? Social work department? Anything that you're interested, we can find a volunteer position for you. Right now we need math tutors. If you're a student that struggled in school, we could really use your help, because you would make the best tutor, because the student who's struggling in school, you can relate to them and really help their situation feel normal. We need English language development tutors, English second language. We have a woman from the University of Ottawa, student. She started a Quidditch club at one of the schools. It's really popular. So if you've got a passion about something, right now we need lots of volunteers to start clubs. So we've got a website where you apply online. You have to apply on the University of Ottawa website as well as on our own. You have to provide a police record clearance for service with the vulnerable sector. We give you a letter that you take with you to the police station, so it's no cost to you. We do 2 character reference checks, and then we find you a placement near where you want to, wherever you want to volunteer, near where you work, where you go to school, or another situation.
Je veux seulement ajouter que moi, je suis la responsable des programmes du côté francophone. Alors, si vous désirez une position dans une école francophone, soit du conseil public ou catholique, encore une fois, en lecture auprès des enfants, j'ai des besoins dans les classes d'accueil au niveau secondaire, donc avec des jeunes qui viennent d'arriver là, dans la région d'Ottawa ou au Canada qui ont besoin d'avoir un support. Toutes les positions, comme disait Liane, où on a besoin d'avoir des gens dans la classe qui sont prêts à aider les enseignants, à soutenir les étudiants dans leurs apprentissages. Donc, si vous êtes intéressé par des écoles francophones, comme disait Liane, autour de l'université ou près de votre travail, on peut nous faire le placement directement dans les écoles en vous référant vers les écoles qui ont des besoins spécifiques. Voilà, on en a 2 minutes.
So if you're interested, pick one of these over there.
Hi everyone, my name is Caroline and I'm Communication Officer at the Vanier Museo Park. So I know that you're looking for a special experience as volunteers, so I have good news for you. The Vanier Museo Park is the perfect place. So yeah, I don't know if you know the Museo Park, but it's a really dynamic museum in Vanier. And we have also the only urban sugar shack in North America. And also we have the Maple Sugar Festival. We are part of Ottawa Festival too. So today we are currently looking for cultural mediators, but I want to insist that we need much more, so you just have to ask questions later. So as a cultural mediator, of course you could ask, what is it? Actually, it's someone who builds bridge between history and different types of audiences. And we are currently looking for people who speak French, English, or both languages. So yeah, and also your work will take part at the museum itself, but also in school. So it's really great if you want to work with children. So yeah, and you will have a great experience on your resume. You will be part of a family. So yeah, come at the Vanier Museo Park. Thanks.
Hey, good morning. My name is Kira, and I'm here with an organization called the Otesha Project. And Otesha is a word that means reason to dream in Swahili, and that name was chosen for the organization because it's based on the idea that all of the actions we take on a day-to-day basis, simple things like the clothes I'm wearing, the coffee I'm drinking in my travel mug, all those things have an impact on the world around us. They have an impact on the health of the environment and on other communities, both at home and abroad. And the founders kind of came to this realization when they were on a study abroad trip in Kenya, and they decided that rather than take a kind of doom and gloom approach to it, they wanted to take a really positive, hopeful approach to it. And they said, well, we're going to come back to Canada and we're going to do outreach and education among youth and really people of all ages about the way our day-to-day choices have an impact on the world around us and how we can be a part of the solution with those day-to-day choices. So what we do now as an organization is we use theater and interactive workshops to engage mostly youth in elementary schools and high schools on issues of environmental sustainability and social justice. And the way that we tour these presentations around the country is we organize cycling tours. So we get a bunch of volunteers together who donate 1 to 2 months of their spring, summer, or fall to get together with a bunch of really fun people and cycle from community to community, doing these presentations and workshops in schools. So our main volunteer need is for adventurous folks who want to find a bike and find some friends and join up with us to do these cycling tours in 2013. We're going to be announcing our 2013 tours on November 1st. So there will be tours in different sections of the country and at different times of year, so spring, summer, and fall. And you don't have to be an experienced bicycle tourist to participate. We've had folks that have participated that haven't rode their bicycle since elementary school. It's a great opportunity to get facilitation skills, to learn about different environmental and social justice issues, and there's a lot of personal and professional development opportunities along the way on the tour, and you come back with buns of steel, so that's a bonus too. We don't have a lot of capacity in French in our organization right now. In the future, we are hoping to do tours in Francophone Canada, so bilingual English-speaking and French-speaking volunteers will be useful. Our tours right now are mostly in English-speaking Canada, and our programming is conducted in English. And any other questions you have, come see me later. Thanks a lot.
Good morning. My name is Dick Louch. I'm here to talk about the second cycling opportunity that we're presenting today. I'm the president and founder of Capital Velo Fest, which is a nonprofit organization based in Ottawa with a mission to inspire people of all ages to ride a bike more often. We do that by organizing events and activities that have an element of education, information, and fun, all focused on cycling. Our main event is Ottawa's annual Bike Festival, which is the first weekend in June, held at City Hall. During the day, we have a bike rodeo with all things cycling. It's kind of like a trade show for bike shops in the area. They come, people can demo their products. We have all-day bike polo. We have a bike fashion show. We have cycling games for people, bike jousting, bike limbo, all things cycling going on. So we need people to help out at that. And then in the evening, we have a Tour la Nuit where we close the roads to traffic, and you can go for a ride under the stars without any cars. So we need people to help close the roads. All in all, we need about 120 volunteers to help out for the day. So it's the first weekend in June. So next year, it's June 1st, 2013. The benefits of volunteering with us, it's a lot of fun. It's a one-day event. We give T-shirts to all of our volunteers. We have a volunteer recognition event afterwards that is cycling-focused, of course, but is also a lot of fun. We're also looking for a few people who can help us out with the organization and planning. So if you're interested in being part of a festival organization and making connections into the festival community, we need people. One thing that we need help with is a volunteer coordinator. We also need help with communication, so I'm sure you all have skills in Facebook and Twitter, and so we need to leverage our social media communication. So if you have an interest in helping out on a sort of a longer term basis, a few hours a month, we can also use help with that. And finally, if you aren't interested or unable to volunteer, I encourage you to come to the festival and enjoy cycling, learn about cycling in Ottawa. I've got some fridge magnets here today that you can take to remind you of the event because it's 8 months from now, so you may not remember them. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liz Tirrett, and I'm the volunteer coordinator at Centre 454. Centre 454 works with those who live in poverty, who are homeless and at risk of homelessness. And I'll just say a few words about homelessness. In 2009 in Ottawa, the number of people in emergency shelters was 7,184 people. 823 were family units, 1,408 children, 512 youth, 1,099 single women, and 3,393 were single men. The average stay in a shelter is 59 days. Hundreds of other people are at risk of becoming homeless, including those in households that pay 70% or more of their income for rent, as well as those living in unsafe rental units. Families and individuals can lose their housing for a variety of reasons: losing a job, having an income too low to stay in affordable housing, or fleeing abuse. Some people are at risk because of mental illness or substance use problems. Others lack the skills or ability to live on their own. Others are newcomers to the city who cannot find affordable housing. So how does Center 454 address this problem? We are like a living room for people who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. We're a community center. People come to the center, they can have a coffee, they can read the newspaper, they can play a game of cards, they can do their laundry, they can have a shower. We provide a mailing address for people, so people, if they move from place to place and do not have secure housing, can have a regular mailing address, which is terribly important. And also people can make long-distance calls with the permission of staff, and they can have messages left for them at the center. So this is a place where people can come, meet their friends. They have access to counselors, because as well as a social recreation program in our drop-in, we have a counseling program. We're hoping to start, we've had a writing group for many years, and that's going to expand to a creative expressions group. And we're hoping to find people who can help with art and craft and music as well as writing. There are many ways you can help us at Center 454. You can come and be part of our social recreation program, sit down, have a cup of coffee, engage our participants. This is a wonderful opportunity to learn about people in our city who do not have a home or who are marginalized. Your stereotypes will drop away, and you'll be introduced to a wonderful group of people. We have volunteer positions in reception, as I said. We're looking for people with artistic and music skills. In your faculty and in your program, you could organize a drive for toiletries, for socks and underwear, because part of our role is giving out those things to people, because we're very concerned about hygiene and keeping everybody clean and healthy. And so a toiletry drive. We're looking for socks, for hats and mitts, because the winter is coming. You can help spread the news about Center 454 and have a fundraiser. It's a wonderful place to volunteer. We have a real sense of community, both as a whole. We have monthly heritage meals. We have a picnic in the summer where we take 120 people up to Lac Philippe for a day, which is wonderful, and we have a Christmas dinner. People come to the center, they feel comfortable, and they find help, and you can be part of that. Thank you.
So hello, my name is Bridget, and I work for the Office of Campus Sustainability, so le Bureau du développement durable ici à l'université sur le campus. Dans le fond, nos grandes tâches, c'est de rendre le campus une place plus durable pour tout le monde, que ce soit sur le plan opération, que ce soit sur le plan éducation, etc. So we work really hard to make this campus a more sustainable place, whether it's through our operations or whether it's through education, etc. There are a whole bunch of different opportunities that exist for you, some that already exist and some that are just waiting to be created. A really great example of that is that our campus is a bottled water-free campus because a volunteer was interested in this and wanted to work on that with us. So she made it happen, and now we're a bottled water-free campus. So if there's a particular interest that has anything to do with sustainable development and U Ottawa, come chat about it. We'd be glad to hear about your ideas. That's it.
Là, j'ai l'occasion d'utiliser la cloche. Donc, la session qu'on va faire en ce moment, c'est pour 10 minutes. Vous pouvez vous promener pour aller voir les partenaires communautaires qui ont peut-être des opportunités d'intérêt qui sont en lien avec vos intérêts ou vos passions. Donc, vous avez 10 minutes pour aller rencontrer les gens. Si vous voulez rester parce que vous n'avez pas le temps de poser vos questions, vous pouvez attendre la prochaine cloche. C'est comme on veut. Là, on voulait au moins donner l'occasion à tout le monde de faire le tour. So I'll repeat this in English. So when you hear the bell, technically it means you have to move to the next table. Having said that, if you feel like you had a specific question to ask to the particular organization and you did not have time, you can stay there. You can move to the next step. So we're going to do this until 11:30. I understand that people may have to go and get ready for exams and things like that. So if you can just fill your evaluation on your way out, we won't make a formal closing, understanding that people may just wander out. So, alors, bonne chance. Le premier 10 minutes commence à l'instant.
No, that's it. Yes. Whatever position, you go through a
check references, follow week by week, and doesn't put you on the spot to facilitate for an hour.